This exhibit is really cool for several reasons. It gets kind of tricky because most of these paintings are Native Americans, indigenous people, and they were painted all by white dudes. We have 5 different sections of this event, and the curator, Katie, did such an excellent job setting all this up. Everybody say, you did your thing, Katie. Westward Curiosity. This is the first section we're gonna do. At this time, the Euro-Americans, they came here and they settled in the East Coast. So now they're settled, they've kind of metropolized it. I don't know, is that a word? Okay, it feels good though, you know what I mean? There's rumors that in the West Coast, there's different geography. There's different type of indigenous people. Government then funded artists to go out west. They would go out and they would paint these pictures and then come back and then say, hey, this is what the West looks like. So what they would do is they would go out there and draw on a piece of paper, take that piece of paper back home, and then paint it on a bigger canvas, you know, when they had a little more time. If I'm the Native Americans, I'm not gonna just watch him draw me. Like, I can't speak his language, I don't know what he's doing. So he probably had to sit in the bush and draw real quick and then run up out of there. So the government passed what they call the Homestead Act. I don't know if y'all ever heard of this, but this is when they said, hey, we want people to go out west. There's too many of y'all here. Let's start expanding a little and going out west. Matter of fact, we'll give you 120 acres of land if you just go out west and live. That's 120 football fields for the free if you just go out there. They funded the artist again to paint these beautiful landscapes. Quaint, peaceful, inviting, emotional. Like, who wouldn't want to pull up to this? Especially during the Civil War time. So mind you, the Civil War is going on. There's Confederate fools all over the place. Then you see this picture, and they're like, we're giving you free money if you just live out here. So this is when the cowboy myth popped off. They were the rugged, masculine, cool, independent guy. And then Hollywood picked up this cowboys and Indians and the cowboy phase. So now everyone wants to be a cowboy. This section is called A Wanderlust Memory, because now a little more time has passed and it has been metropolized. Is that a word again? All right, well, and now a lot of people are living there. They have railroads and there's steam engines, there's factories, and now the West is now like every other city. The cowboy phase is a distant memory. That only lasted like 20 years before it was just completely over, and now it looks like everything else. I feel like I would wear this today. I mean, he don't have any drawers on, but I would probably wear it. But other than that, I could wear this. This is called Trail Boss. And a trail boss is really important to that culture, mainly because he has a lot of responsibility. He has a lot of power, but you're trusting him with your child, with your kid, with your food. He's supposed to tell you how to get to Oregon from Wyoming. So he has a lot of power. So the trail boss was a significant figure in these times. So he painted him, and he also turned his face. So this could be anybody. I mean, couldn't be me. But it could be anybody white though, you know what I mean? Like, this could be any white person. If you also look all the way over there, you can tell, looking at those cowboys, how influential their culture was, because we all know 2 people in East Nashville that dress just like that. I think this is my favorite one because you can barely see what's going on, and that's kind of like a memory to me. I can barely remember what happened, so it's almost like the memory is fading. We're in Nashville, and a lot of people moved here. We all know locals that hate people moving here. What if the people that moved here is like, so, hey, you gotta go to Memphis. All y'all gotta go to Memphis. This is the good old days for them, but, you know, the not so good days for the indigenous people. So, which leads us to our next section, which is called Indigenous Loss. And the curator, Katie, I believe she put this in the red room because it kind of signifies the bloodshed that happened, and I respect her for that. When I was growing up, they were teaching us about the indigenous people, and they were saying that they kind of painted the victim. This dude ain't no victim. He's been in the gym, you know what I mean? Like, he's a warrior. Now, this guy back here, you see him, he looks really sad, this Native American here. This guy was in Geronimo's band. Geronimo was fighting against all the colonization, and they captured the whole crew, except him. He snuck out and got away. And then when he got away, they painted his picture like he was sad. I'm like, bro, it's not sad. He got away. If I just escaped jail, bro, I'm happy. But I think that picture was kind of intentional about his melancholy face. A little more time has passed in our journey here. This is called the Tao Society of Artists. World War I happened, and before that, all the great artists were going over to Europe to learn how to paint. But when the war popped off, Europe didn't let anybody else come in there. So they decided to all go out west and kind of form their own kind of schooling. So, and when they did that, they painted all of these. You can see my man's drip has changed a little. He got the V-neck on. He got the Cosby. He got the khakis. He still got the indigenous kicks. And they also have a rifle. There's no bow and arrow here. So you can see time has passed. Maybe they've been bartering with some Euro-Americans. They've kind of learned some tricks of their trade, some of their drip, but he kept the braids to let you know he still reps his hood. We have reached the modern West. A lot more time has passed. You know, we had metropolized. Have we figured out if that's a...
Still not.
All right. Like the artists are getting more comfortable, and now they can kind of get a little more abstract because they're not reporting what it looks like anymore. They're just kind of appreciating the art. I don't have to give it to you exactly what it looks like. I can have a little more fun with it. There's a white kid here with a hat backwards, so this is really modern. Now it's all over. See, and there's also a regular car here. What kind of car would you think that is, Bill? Station wagon? We got an old station wagon here and a guy with his hat back. We did it, folks. On behalf of Frist, myself, and the sacred indigenous land that we still stand on, thank y'all so much for being here. I wish you all blessings. Have a beautiful weekend, and thank you so much for kicking it with us. It means so much to us. Thank you so much.